Good morning. Welcome back to Dower House Farms. We're beef and crops farm. Some horses. These Cork in the south of Ireland. We put up a video every day. So I have the horses fed there now. We'll get on feeding the calves and the cattle. See what else today brings. Morning, girls. How are you getting on? Get the silage pushed in there now with the load on. Get some feeding done. Morning, boys. Someone told me that if you leave it for about 10 seconds after you turn on the key, that it should start quicker, because this is really slow to start. So that's 12 seconds now. Not true. This is like one of Never go get her filled up. Get her filled up with some diesel. Get the milk made up now for the calves. Hopefully this is the last mix now. Hackett's, they rang there yesterday and said they would make it, but they're coming first thing this morning, so I only rang them Saturday, to be fair, and this is the very busiest period for them, so it's great service in fairness. Well, that's filling there now. We'll turn on the TM or the T7, it will be warming up. We're just putting in about 30 litres. So, nearly there now. That'll do them fine now once the milk is in. Get these turned off. Oh. Anyone who's new to these round feeders, they're after sorting themselves out now, but say if you've two calves here, right, and there's space over here, don't ever start by pulling this fella off, pulling this fella off, pulling this fella off, pulling this fella off to get space. Start over here and push them all along in front of you, and you'll push them all over to the other one. That's the way we do it, isn't it? Happy out. Taking off the maize there now. I don't want to cut this sheet if I can avoid it, because I'm going pit and beating there if I don't sell it. So I want to keep the sheet. I'm out of beat there now, so just getting something chopped. We've been 5 buckets, it's about 3 and a bit ton, I think, so it keeps us going there for 2 days. We started doing it this way now in the last few weeks, and to be honest, it's a super job. It's so much faster than using the other bucket. We're riding out. Fang is going for straw. I'm going to have my potatoes. And Hackett's are here at the feeder. Thank God. We won't have to do any more of that hardship for the time being. He's just gone down to one of the outside yards to get a load of straw. Here's Fang back with a load of bales. We're in business, boy. I'll go. I don't have to feed any more calves now. I can stay in bed for the next half an hour. Come on, Sean, boy. Just back in the yard there. I was gone all day. Dad has all the silage pushed in. That's the job. There's a useless dog there somewhere. Go up and check these calves now. Cows. love of life. Fingers crossed this feeder's still working. Hello, Silkies. How are you getting on? There's 0 entitled. That may not be good. Oh yeah, they're all after their 2.5 litres. That fella is only after. I hope now they'll be entitled tomorrow. Yeah, they're all after their fill. So I'll just talk you through their feeding program here now while I have a minute. They're lovely calves, aren't they? So when we get them in, they go on a 56-day plan. So that's 8 weeks. So we usually get them in at 3 weeks old, and so they're on milk until they're 77 days, basically 11 weeks. So they come in, and over the first 7 days we start them off on 2 kilos. Well, first of all, as you seen there in the video last Friday, when we get them in, we give them a dose of electrolytes the first night, so they'll just get electrolytes and they'll have access to the feeder. The reason we do that the first night, it just puts the electrolytes, if they've been anywhere stressed while travelling or anything like that, the electrolytes just help them along, and it also puts a slight touch of hunger on them just to make it easier to train them to the feeder. Once they're settled in the first night, then the next morning we'll go to the feeder and make sure they've all been in, and we'll if they've all been in, we'll identify the ones that haven't drank fully and put them into the feeder, make sure they get their full feed, and any ones that haven't been in, we'll put them in also and make sure they get their full feed. If it's a group of 8 or 10, we'll do that, but if it's a big group, sometimes we get 30 or 40 and it's just impossible to know the numbers that haven't drank. So we'll put everything in the first day, we'll spray their backsides to mark the ones that are in, and then we sort of, if we can, leave them to that. We don't go putting them in again, but if they're not drinking, we will. We definitely won't put them in that evening, but we may put them in again the next morning, or maybe lunchtime the next day, because we don't want them getting sick. So after 7 days, then they're up to 3 litres, and they stay on 3 litres then for 4 weeks. Yeah, 28 days. They stay on 4 litres, or 6 litres, sorry. Fed in 3 different intervals, I think. 3 intervals, yeah, so they can get fed 3 times a day, and then after the 4 weeks on 6 litres, they start being weaned down to 2 litres again. They have ad lib meal, which is here, and straw. I think Fang, he gave him the straw there. So ad lib meal and straw, and all the time, and fresh water, and they'll be weaned down over 2 weeks. They'll be left in the shed then for about 3 weeks or 2 weeks after they come off milk on ad lib ration and straw, and then after 2 weeks they'll go out to the field. When they're weaned off, they'll be on maize as well. So once this shed is full, basically we'll put in a truck and they'll have maize, silage, straw, and ad lib maize, silage, ad lib straw, and ad lib ration all the time. As when they're left out, then they'll go out with the same ad lib straw, ad lib ration, and ad lib maize. After a week, we take away the maize. After 1 week, we take away the maize. After the second week, we put them on to 3 kilos. Third week, 2 kilos. After a month, then they're down to 1 kilo of ration, and then we probably leave them on for another week or 2, and then they're just on grass for the rest of the summer. So that's basically the way we do it. Hopefully hassle free. They'll all get a vaccination and a multi-min now. Once these are trained to the feeder, they'll be going into that pen behind me. That side will be, and then the next group that will come in here, which is our training pen. There'll be 60 going to that side. Once that side is full, then we'll start filling this side here, and there'll be 60 gold between there and there. It only gets a little bit tricky training them when that side is full, and you're still trying to train calves here. So like, this is ideal. If you could do this now all the time, it would be brilliant, because there's 15 calves and they have 4 stations. So it's a great job. But obviously, when there's calves in there, that gate will come over and they'll have 2 stations each. So yeah, and so they'll have 2. That pen will have 2 stations. This gate will close over to here as well. So they'll have a station. That pen over there will have a station. That pen will have a station. And if you have a big group there, then maybe 20, and you're trying to train them on one station, it's a disaster. But what we'll do, the first day or two, we might give them half the day with the 4 stations, and okay, these ones will suffer a little bbit, but it'll get them onto the feeder properly. So that's just a little run through the feeder and what we do with it. Yeah, so I just thought I'd give you, I hadn't much recording done now as I was away all day, but just thought that might be interesting for Lottie. So thanks a million for watching. Please like and subscribe. We'll see you again tomorrow for more Dower House Farms.